man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. I wrote it down for Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I am sorry to all the people trying to watch on Twitch. It is just not cooperating
Yeah.
today.
Like multiple notifications, and you're gonna have a lot to sort through, but it's fine. We appreciate y'all being here.
So yeah, Tiny Tina's. I agree. It's pretty great. The comedy is so good, but I missed half the comedy playing with people. So
Yeah. How are you?
so do we have time to talk about Mass Effect?
I'm
I
always
have
down to
10 more
talk
minutes.
about Mass Effect.
I have 10 more minutes.
All right, let's do it. Wrap it up. Let's do it in 8 minutes.
Okay, so playing Mass Effect 2 now. And I don't have I talked about this since starting 2?
No.
Okay. So I finished 1. 1 was good. I will say it's a very good game. There are aspects of 2 I remember playing back in the day being like, I really don't give a shit. Like, I don't understand what's going on. This is dumb. Why do I need to do this? Having played 1 gives so much context to 2. It's just,
Yeah.
I have never 180'd on how I feel about playing a game ever this hard. Like, I actively did not like 2 when I played it back in the day because I started with 2. And now I'm like, this is pretty good. Like, everything from the planet scanning, instead of having go down on the rover and mine the like chunks
Oh,
of
yes.
iridium, just shooting a probe and then getting the stuff feels rewarding when that felt stupid back in the day. Like, why am I doing this? And then I was like, oh, that's how bad we had it before, but now this is more fun now. Like, I feel like I feel like it's weird because it's like a back in my day problem that is solved by playing the first game but makes it feel better in the second game. And I will never recommend this to any Monster Hunter player, but I see the same problems in Monster Hunter. You're like, this problem is stupid. And like, yeah, it feels great to me because what I had to deal with was 10 times worse than that. It's like,
Yes.
so I felt that like immediately. I made that connection for new people in Monster Hunter. It was like, oh, you think mining is stupid? All right, try not having a prompt. Try having to have the equipment out and press the equipment and having no prompt and no idea where it is. Like, oh, there's a weird crack in the wall. That's where I was supposed to know to mine. Versus like this actual like crystal sitting out of the ground in the newer ones. But
Tell him.
like Mass Effect 2 is, I like every character. None of the characters have felt stupid or undeveloped. Like, even your assistant, who is a little bit too interested in Shepard, I feel like.
No.
You can romance her.
I noticed. There was the romancing options. I'm like, that feels creepy. I'm not gonna romance the assistant. It doesn't.
Feels like an abuse of power.
Yeah, it feels like an abuse of power.
I almost think it might be an abuse of her power because isn't she the ship psychologist? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
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 She is.
So I almost think it would be worse for her to do that to Shepard.
Yeah, it was like
She don't know him better than anybody else.
there was a voice line. It was like, I feel like I could just fall back and I trust everyone and they would catch me and anyone. And it's like the voice lines were like, I'd catch you, I'd let you fall, or I'd kiss you. I think it's the top one or something like super forward compared to the other two. And I was like, that's the romance one. That right there, I could see that's the romance one. I'm going in the middle. I'd catch you. And then there's like,
But have you met the interviewer yet though?
do what?
The interviewer. The news reporter.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Chobot.
Yeah, Jessica Chobot. Yeah. You don't like her?
I
No.
I haven't. I have not even heard about her yet. I probably have a mission to grab her.
Uh,
So far, I have the merc who started the Blue Suns. I have done his loyalty mission.
mm.
I have Grunt. I have done Grunt's loyalty mission.
Well, she's not a playable character. She's like,
Oh,
No,
okay.
she's just, it's like a side quest, and
yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't seen her or anything about her yet. Um, I have obtained the super psychic. I don't know her name, but like,
Yeah?
I don't remember her
the
name.
Justicar.
The Justicar.
Samara?
I just got
Okay,
the
so
Justicar.
did you get Justicar or Morinth? There's a choice there.
So you can get
The Justicar or her daughter.
Yeah.
her daughter. I don't even know.
Or is that the loyalty mission? Can't remember.
I got a Justicar. I know that. So like, I had to do like a police thing. Like I had to get clearance to go through this police investigation.
Yeah. Next mission is there's a choice.
To keep her or get her daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I haven't done that loyalty mission yet. Obviously I already have why am I blanking?
Miranda.
Yeah, I have
Miranda
Miranda.
and Jacob.
I have not done her loyalty mission, but I've done Jacob's. Which that was weird. That was a weird one.
Mhm.
Jacob's was a cool sci-fi story, though.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a cool sci-fi story, like where they're mentally degrading because of the food they're eating, and then like how he just sort of like he reminded me of Mad Max, of like the villain in Mad Max, how he just sort of like controlled people because he was just yeah.
It felt like a classic Star Trek story to me.
Sure. So I have most everyone. I'm missing like 3 characters still. I think
You are missing Tally.
Tally,
You're
Liara,
missing
probably.
Liara is not. You only get Liara for a DLC thing,
Oh,
but she is not one of your party members.
okay.
You do get Tally. You have Archangel, yeah.
Yes, Garrus.
Yeah, so
I
you have Garrus, yeah.
Yeah, I have Garrus. Garrus was like my
Yeah.
first like yes, because I like Garrus in number 1. So like getting him back in number 2, I was like yes, this guy's my bro.
So,
we're doing this.
I cannot play Mass Effect 2 without romancing Garrus.
Oh my
okay.
god.
All right. Well, I don't know where I'm going with the romance.
There is no Garrus without Shepard.
Oh,
there's no Shepard without Garrus.
I romanced Liara in the first one, right? So
okay. Yeah.
Left Ashley.
I just pushed Caden's little picture down on my desk and make room for Garrus.
I haven't tried to do any romance option yet in 2. I haven't, since I wanted to sort of like get the roster to see what's going on. I think I'm gonna go with Tali if I can. I think.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But I haven't got everyone. I got the assassin. I'm about ready to, the problem is they have so many loyalty missions that feel urgent. They're like, I was like, okay, I'm falling behind. So I was going to do Miranda's and then
that one, yes. Urgent.
And then I'm going to do, I guess I'll have to do the bald girls next, Jack.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do Garrus's. But I was planning on doing Garrus's right after Miranda's, but I'll put Jack's in before. Problem is, I've done a lot of things on that planet Ilium where you do Miranda's, but like, because you obtain 2 of the people there, and then I also did a task for Liara, like hacking a bunch of terminals and stuff. Um,
That's the start of the Shadow Broker stuff.
yeah. Um, I will say a couple things from 1 to 2 um, that are just amazingly different. Um, I really don't like when a sci-fi thing everything is humanoid all the time. Star Trek has a bad problem with this. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Star Wars doesn't do this as much, but Mass Effect it kind of does it, but it also kind of doesn't. There are some races that are straight up just like
The
out there.
Hanar.
I, yeah, like the jellyfish people
The
or
jellyfish
whatever
people, you have the guys who like are on 4 legs that look like a faceless
The
rhinoceros.
Elcor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um
Is it's
they
Mass
keep from
Effect
their
2 where they start um the jellyfish is Commander Shepard in the movies and it's like advertisements constantly for it. Is that or is
I
that
haven't
3?
I
think
haven't seen that's probably 3. I haven't seen anything about that in 2 so far.
I think they were gross, so I didn't bother too much with them. I don't
That's
recall.
funny. Having a jellyfish as Commander Shepard. That's funny. Um
And they do I think in 1 they talk about the Elcor doing Macbeth
oh,
or just some
Yeah.
Shakespeare. Yeah.
excited noises. Excited noises. Thank you for helping me. That kind of stuff. Yeah, I just I really like how they're handling the sci-fi aspect of it because I normally do like sci-fi, but I just don't like how people make it too relatable to humans all the time. Like that's like my big hang up with a lot of these things. And then Mass Effect does it very well, in my opinion, where they don't hang up on those kind of things. Like you can have the weird alien race and the weird, like,
I mean, even the Rachni.
yeah, I was just gonna say the
Yeah.
Rachni was a good example of these
Yeah, they're just
telepathic
terrifying.
bugs and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
um, I really have actually enjoyed it where I didn't think I would. I thought I'd be okay on them, but like, and I thought I would like. It's gonna be honest. I thought I would sort of just piddle out on 2 because I tried 2 so many times. But like, I'm invested. Like I'm invested in 2. So we'll see because I think Mass
Mass
Effect.
Effect 3 is just I uh, I
And
weeped
that's
in parts of Mass
yeah,
Effect 3.
We'll
me
see because
too. I ain't
if
gonna
I
hold you.
manage to finish it this year, it's probably going to hit the list. One of the Mass Effect games is probably going to hit the list of my top game of the year stuff.
Depending on your pacing, you probably will.
I probably will, depending on how much I can game, but I am going to get a little busy with the house stuff. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Um,
So you will
but
on atmosphere.
at I also have my weekends more free coming up too because the girl's not being here every weekend now. But yeah. So yeah. So that's so far on Mass Effect where I'm at. I'm probably going to keep playing quite a bit because it's probably the one game I'm going to continue to play without having a podcast to listen to. So there we are.
Right
Uh,
on. I'm glad you playing the series, honestly.
yeah, it's been a good time.
When you get to Andromeda, you play it on PC, right?
Nope, PS4.
Ah, well, let's say we can play multiplayer together, man. Oh, darn.
It was five
I'm going
bucks
to
on
join that. Right?
PS4. I just saw it at the game store the
Yeah,
other day. It
man.
was like $5. Okay. Uh Sasha told me to play it anyway, so I will. So there we are. So I guess that's it for tonight. Next week we're gonna do, like I said last week, the more of the Monster Hunter guessing game, which I did get to do more with the other group of friends. Um, still a good time, still fun. They're getting better about actually describing what the monster looks like and not just saying he looks like he'll mess you up kind of stuff. Um, so Sasha will be describing monsters to I will be sending a picture of a monster she has never seen, and she'll be describing it to Ates and Morg, who have to guess what the monster is the premise. And we are 26 monsters in of the I think there's 203 I have on the list. So this might be a couple times of doing this still. But I have kept track of where you're at. So I am excited to see where we go on the next one. And we're gonna have it's gonna go a little bit better this next time. We're gonna put a time limit because Morg ended up taking quite a long time on a few of the guesses. So Ace did too. I don't want to just call out Morg. Ace didn't do it as bad, but like Morg was. Both of them took some time. So I'm gonna impose a 1 minute limit on trying to guess between clues that Sasha and I give, because I have clues I have to give as well. Because Sasha isn't going to know what kind of monster or what generation it came from. They're going to kind of help narrow things down for them when they're just arbitrarily like, what looks like that? What was your favorite monster you saw so far, Sasha? I know you wouldn't remember the name, but
I don't remember any of their names. I think probably the funniest one to me is the one that was like in the clouds, and I kept saying it looked really cold.
oh, so yeah, it was Ibushi because it had the wind. Yeah, yeah. So you kept saying it looked really cold, and I was like, that makes sense. It does look cold. It's not, but that makes sense. I just love the way you were describing. So Sasha described Brachydios or Brachydius as being
Yeah.
3-headed, and because she didn't understand that the horn and the pounders weren't heads, and I was like,
Oh,
now,
that because he never played the game. That makes sense now.
yeah.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
was like,
All right.
that is such an interesting description of that. Being someone who knows what it is, it's hard to disconnect, right? And when you see someone
Yeah.
who's just like looking at it for the first time, and she's like, it has 3 heads, and they're all like Nakarkos, 100%. Nakarkos. That's what she's saying. And it's like, nope, not close. Nope. And then she's describing other things, and they're just flabbergasted. They could not figure out what she was talking about. And it doesn't help that some of the pictures aren't great either, but I'm only using the when you go to the Wikia page, there's a picture of the monster right there, and I'm using that picture. So some of those pictures aren't great, but we'll get there. So be sure to join in next week, listeners, because it's always a lot of fun when we do that. And then after that's the next quiz, I believe. So because we flopped it around, this was our wild card episode. So at least it's got to be the quiz after that. I haven't. It's pretty late in September already. It feels like. No, it's only halfway through. Let me double check this before I keep saying it.
Nope, you're right.
Yeah. No, it'll be right on the 1st. So, there's my phone buzzing. All right. So be sure to turn in that. Preacher, thank you for coming on. Good to have you talk.
Now, if anything, right now I'm not streaming as yet, so I'm trying to get my PC because I recently moved to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But you can find me on TikTok at Black Rose.
Okay. Be sure to follow for the podcast and that kind of stuff at Hunter Sub Pod on Twitter and here on Twitch. And hopefully I don't have as terrible time streaming next time. I'm sorry to everyone who tried to watch today. At Ace Badger Gaming for Ace, he's still obviously involved. He just hasn't been here for 2 weeks because of family stuff. So, and then for Sasha and Morg and everyone else, be sure to join the Discord. We haven't been talking on there too much lately, but I've been, again, wrapped up in personal stuff and then Mass Effect when I'm not doing that stuff. So, yeah. But we do have fun there sometimes. And we'll be talking about more monsters next week. And, if you want to leave a comment or something on your favorite game they talked about this week, you can do that on the SoundCloud at least. I know you can get comments on there. So, have a good time.